it's audio video production. Today I'm gonna show you the Cloudburst by Strymon. So before jump into review, I have to send a huge thanks to Lucky Music. This Cloudburst has been sent me from Lucky Music. You have the link in the description if you want to purchase directly from Lucky Music. They can ship all around Europe without any problem. What is this Cloudburst? This is the new pedal from Strymon. It's an ambient reverb pedal. And there are some really cool features inside. It's a really simple pedal because you don't have any double press, long press, hold, and so on and so forth. All what you can see is what you can get. So the first thing I want to underline about this pedal is that this is a stereo pedal. Even if you can see only one input and one output here, basically these two inputs are stereo, so you can still use this in mono with your guitar, but you can also create stereo routing. For example, you can create the mono to mono, and as you can see you have the switch to do that here, mono to mono or mono to stereo or stereo to stereo. So if you want to use this with your keyboard, you have a stereo keyboard and you want to add this kind of sounds, you can do that in completely stereo way. And this is great because you can also use this for production for your home studio, like I'm doing right now. Basically I'm using a mono signal and split then on stereo output, and I'm recording of course with audio interface. So let me introduce what I'm using right now for the test, and then I'll talk about all the features and then I'll play something, okay? So I'm using my Gibson Les Paul Standard with pickup Alnico 5. I'm going directly to my Quad Cortex, which is here. Yes, here is my Quad Cortex with my own captures and preset. If you want, you can also download it. It's a capture of the UAFX Ruby, so basically it's a box with compressor and so on and so forth. So the overall sound without the pedal is this one. So it's a really great sound, really push it like a plexi, let me say, but it's a Vox 30 of course. Then from the Quad Cortex I'm going out with the send return, and I use mono signal, so I'm going out with the send 1, and I'm going here. Basically this input is a mono signal, and then from the pedal I'm going out with the second jack, as you can see, but this is a TRS cable, and if you want to use a stereo signal you need a TRS cable. Of course, TS is only for mono. And I'm going directly to my Orion Studio Synergy Core from Antelope Audio, and I'm recording. So let me introduce all the features of this pedal, and then of course I'll show you some samples. Here is the bypass and the on-off pedal, and this is flexi. There is no any click. This is so cool, guys. You can also set the pedal if you want in through bypass. You have of course the manual to read all the features. Then talking about all the controls, all controls normal for every kind of pedals. So you have the decay, and from this decay is amazing because it's super versatile. You can go from a really close room like this one up to 50 seconds of decay, an infinite basically reverb. Okay, it's infinite, trust me, it's infinite. Then you have the pre-delay if you want to preserve the attack, the tone from bright to dark. The modulation is really interesting because from all the close position up to half position, you basically will control the depth, so how much modulation you want to listen. But from half to the maximum, you will change the speed. So how speed will be the modulation, okay? So there are these two controls to keep in mind, because there is no any click here, so you have to keep in mind this. And then of course you have the mix that basically is useful to blend your pedal. The 50% of the mix will be with the mix at 3 o'clock, so here will be 50%. So I think this will work logarithmic in some way. And then the most important feature of this Cloudburst is the ensemble. So you have 3 positions: off, MP that I think is mezzo piano, and forte. And I really appreciate that I've been used these two labeling, so mezzo forte and forte, because these two are really part of the classical music. So it's like the dynamic mezzo forte, piano, forte, fortissimo. You know, I'm Italian, so I really know these names. The ensemble is really useful if you want to create some sort of carpet, basically, of another layer. And I personally think that forte will be really too much. It's too much forte. It's really, let me say, a bit annoying, because we'll cover also the reverb a bit. And let me say also the tone will change also the ensemble characteristic, okay? Talking about the connection, I already told you that you have mono or stereo connection. The switch to control the overall routing if you want stereo or mono. You have also the USB, which is really useful maybe for firmware update that there will be, I don't know. Also to connect with your DAW, for example, because this can be completely controlled by your DAW via MIDI. And MIDI can be sent via USB or the MIDI plug. So if you have some sort of controller in your pedalboard, you can use this. And if you want to use this with your DAW, you can do with USB-C. It's really great, guys. And you can really control whatever kind of parameter, whatever kind of settings, also the on and off of the pedal. Even if you have the hard on and off ear bypass, you can do that by software, so you can do that by the DAW. And of course you have the plug for the expression pedal, so you can control with external pedal. Great. Now let's play something, okay? Now I'm with the switch to off, no ensemble, no pre-delay. Let's place the tone to mid, no modulation. So let's listen only the room that you can get, the very small room that you can get. Great. You can enlarge a bit. It's really organic as a sound. And by the way, with the expression pedal, you can also create a really interesting sound, moving the decay, as you can listen. It's like an email that has been sent. So you can send email with this Cloudburst to the cloud. Okay, more decay. Now we are talking. Great, I really like the sound. You can of course get brighter sound. More decay. Maybe less mix. Let's use the pre-delay to keep the attack. You can listen the... What is this? You can listen that the reverb is starting after. There is a built-in. Oops. Okay, let's listen now the ensemble. So let's use this with a really close kind of reverb. Okay, no pre-delay. Okay, let's engage the mezzo forte. It's really low because I think I need more decay. You can listen on the background. You can listen more with the tone open. Yeah, you can listen in the background that there are some sort of background in the background, of course. So let me switch to off. So let's listen the before and after. It's really gentle, but there is. Let's engage the modulation. And then, if I increase the modulation, I can listen the speedness that is increasing. It's really fast now. I think that in every kind of position you place the knobs, you can still get really usable sound. It's not an extreme reverb pedal. Of course, you have to not increase too much the mix, but it will create really pleasant and really lovely background, in my opinion. Oh, by the way, you can also save, I don't remember how much, but really a lot of presets and recall with MIDI, okay? And to manage the expression pedal, I don't have an expression pedal today, but to manage the parameters, so which kind of parameter you want to assign, you have to press and hold these only, and as you can see, is blinking now in. If you move something, so basically you are assigning that knob, okay? This is really simple. Let's go now to forte. Another mail has been sent. Without the modulation, maybe open tone. Yeah. Okay, now with the mix we can listen the ensemble really loud. Oh, by the way, I'm thinking to use this at the maximum, so 100%, so basically I listen a lot of synth here. You can create some really epic soundtrack. Mezzo forte. Angelic, the sound. Alright guys, so this is the Cloudburst. I think an amazing pedal and really different sound from others, and I really appreciate the labeling of the ensemble and also the feature of the ensemble. I think it's a really simple pedal to use but with enormous performance. You have the link in the description from Lucky Music. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think about, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.